Over here to my right, I have janeZ. Now, Jane is a pro bono lawyer. She asked me one day during the process when Franklin was being closed, Franklin's shelter was being closed. She asked me if we wanted to go to court about that, and I said sure. And then she worked together with me to gather plaintiffs and to build the case against Mayor Fenty for closing Franklin. And she's been involved now for I guess about 8 months, and she's real dedicated to the cause. And things are looking rather grim at the local level in the D.C. Superior Court. She can give you the details on that. And now we've actually begun a federal claim, and we got some new charges against Fenty. We got a charge against him for discrimination because he's forcing the homeless and the formerly homeless into Ward 7 and 8 away from downtown. He doesn't want them around all the hustle and bustle. He thinks they're an eyesore. And well, I'll let Jane give you the glory story or the glory details on the lawsuit rather.
I'm here with Jane at MLK Library. Jane, tell me something about the suit that you filed.
Okay, we had a lawsuit that we filed September 26, 2008, when the Franklin shelter originally closed. You might remember the history of that lawsuit. It was when Adrian Fenty did not sign the Franklin Shelter Emergency Closing Act into law. He closed the shelter before he signed that bill into law, and then he signed that law only after what we claim he broke that law. So we took there were men at the shelter as individuals and as the Committee to Save Franklin Shelter that wanted to try and fight civilly in the court to get it reopened. So we fought for trying to get an injunction to stop the closing. Obviously we didn't prevail on that. We're able to now build a record as to the harm that is mounting because of the closing of services there. We recently got an unfavorable decision by Superior Court regarding several claims, including constitutional claims, due process, a taking of the men's property as a result of the sudden closing of the shelter. It closed in an unannounced manner early in the morning, and several men lost their property there. And also the loss of services that were being provided there. The men in the shelter were then made to go to the poorest and most violent parts of the city with the least amount of employment opportunities. And the city, in their defense, started illustrating what we thought was a systematic pattern of displacement of the poor and the handicapped from the downtown to the poorest parts of the city, either under the guise of the Permanent Supportive Housing Program, which if you'll see where those placements are, they're predominantly in wards 8, 7, and in 5. What we've been doing is going to the various shelters, documenting the growing lines and documenting the needs of people in those lines and in the shelters and in the breakfast places around town so that people can document them and fill out declarations that we submit to the court of their needs in their own words. Okay, so this is from the grounds up lawsuit. We filed federal claims. We have a hearing on Thursday morning, May 21st. On Thursday, May 21st at 9 in the morning in courtroom 16, and this is in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, 333 Constitution Avenue Northwest. We encourage the public to come. We encourage the homeless to come. We're trying frantically now to get in touch with the plaintiffs. You have to understand that the plaintiffs are homeless men with very little, if any, means. So we have to go and hit the streets to let them know about this. And we're trying to get as many people to show up for this hearing. We just got it scheduled yesterday, so it's a mad race to get our plaintiffs to be able to come to court. So we'll be doing outreach all week. We'll be sending out and posting flyers, and we'll be sending out emails. And we also have an office facility that we're opening that Eric Sheptok is going to start staffing, and we're going to look for other people to staff. It's going to be open. The office is located at the Peace House. It's 1233 12th Street Northwest, right in Ward 2, not far from where Franklin Shelter was. And it's going to be open from 12 to 3 p.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And if people want to stop by to either share their skills or sign up to volunteer, or if they're interested in joining the lawsuit as plaintiffs because they've lost services and feel that there is growing harm because of the displacement from downtown, please feel free to come by, or you can call us. Eric's number is 240-305-5255. And my number is 202-483-9303. And we're just going to keep advocating zealously and hope that we'll get a fair hearing and justice will prevail on our behalf.
All right. Cool. Thank you.